Great day, everyone. Welcome to Samadhi. Today is Monday, April 30th, 2018, and we are here with Michael bringing the daily word.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful, lovely day. It's just amazing looking at nature, just taking in nature, and just appreciating all creatures in creation. Let's take a slow, deep, purifying, cleansing breath of awareness, of consciousness, of presence. Let's put all our energy, all our attention on this moment. Nothing more. Feel the flow of life flow through you, within you, all around you. Breathe it in. Exhale. Now, all ready to receive. Thank you everyone for joining us for this beautiful, amazing day. And the word for today is we know who's with us in spirit. Divine expressions. Wow, divine expressions. After seeing these hummingbirds just circling right here. I choose to be a greater expression of the divine. I choose to be a greater expression of the divine. I am an expression of the peace of God, the peace that surpasses all understanding. The same holds true for every living being. Divine love surrounds us. Divine power protects us. Divine presence watches over us. The divine is here, moving in us, through us, as us, into expression in our lives, and out into the world. That sounds like the breathing that we just did. Wow, talk about alignment. Thank you, God. Praise God. When we recognize this truth, we open the way for new possibilities in our lives. Possibilities for who and what we are as divine children of the living, loving God. We have within us innate gifts, all happiness, peace, and joy, to create a world of beauty and abundance for all to enjoy. I choose to be a greater expression of the divine. This is in Psalms 51:10. Oh, this is a song. I remember this when I was a child. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and put a new and right spirit within me. Nope. Psalms 51:10. Oh, I didn't screenshot this. Do you remember that song, Ellie?
I did most of the Hispanic songs.
Oh. I'm sure it has a Spanish version.
I'm sure, but...
Crea en mí un nuevo, un bonito corazón. Un limpio corazón. $51.10. No, $51.11. $51.10. This is 7 through 15. Soak me in the laundry and I'll come out clean. Scrub me and I'll have a snow white life. Tune me into foot-tapping songs. Set these once broken bones to dancing. Don't look too close for blemishes. Give me a clean bill of health. God, make a fresh start in me. Shape a Genesis week from the chaos of my life. Shape a Genesis, or Genesis means to generate. It comes from the
beginning.
It comes from the word generate. It comes from the root word gene, like a gene in the body. Genesis is the beginning. Shape a beginning week or Genesis week from the chaos of my life. Don't throw me out with the trash or fail to breathe holiness in me. Bring me back from great exile. Put a fresh wind in my sails. Give me a job teaching rebels your ways, so the lost can find their way home. Thank you, God. Commute my death sentence, God, my salvation, God, and I'll sing anthems to your life-giving ways. Unbutton my lips, dear God, I'll let loose with your praise. This actually sounds like me. I told God that because I was on a path of death and destruction, and I told God, the day that you transform my life, that I transform my life, and I serve you 1,000%. And that just took me back. But I'm looking for greater and a right spirit within me. God, make a fresh start in me. That's the most thing I can think.
Clean heart and put a new life.
And shape a Genesis week from the chaos of my life. I'm on the right one. Well, I did love what we read. It's Psalms 51, 7 through 15. So, the message for today is this. It's a choice. It's everyone's choice. We can either give the power to the illusions of the mind, thinking the reality is real, that I'm depressed, that I'm sad, that I'm angry, that I'm impatient, that I'm frustrated, that I'm stressed. It's not your truth. That's a truth you choose to think and give attention to. You can choose the truth to say that you are divine, that you are great, that you are worthy, that you are love, that you are the expression of divine love, experiencing the expression of divine love back, unconditional love. It says, divine love surrounds us, divine power protects us, divine presence watches over us. The divine is here, moving in us, through us, as us, into expression in our lives and out into the world. Now here's the thing that I spoke about yesterday that I desire to speak about again. When you don't accept this truth, you're doing a disservice to yourself and to the world, to your world and a collective our world, because we share this world together. Take the time to meditate and contemplate and reflect and internalize this truth, and it will become alive within you because it's already alive, but the brain doesn't want to believe it. It's your job to retrain the brain, to reprogram the brain. This is what we've been given, and what we do with it is up to us. So it says, when we recognize this truth, when you recognize this truth, you open the way for new possibilities in you, in our lives. Possibilities for who and what we are as divine children of the living, loving God. We have within us innate gifts, all happiness, peace, and joy, to create a world of beauty and abundance for all to enjoy. I choose to be a greater expression of the divine. Now, we all want to protest, we all want to fight, we all want to argue about the reality that we desire to live in. But we ignore the cause. I said it yesterday. We expect, and we get so frustrated because we don't see a different reality. We don't see a different experience in the world, individually and collectively. I'll give an example that I gave a student the other day. It's like you complaining about the headache that you have. You complaining about the hangover that you have. You complaining of the sickness that you have when you don't take care of yourself. When you drink in excess all night, and then you wonder why you got a headache, then you wonder why you got a hangover. This is not judgment. This is just authentic transmission. We cannot complain and be stuck in the life that we don't desire if we choose to live a life that we do desire. Because the power is yours. The choice is yours. Exactly for ourselves as well. Every day we choose whether we want to give attention to what seems not to be going right, or do we choose to put the attention on what makes right and wrong happen. Because when you put attention on what makes right and wrong happen, then you have the ability, you have the power, you have the potential that is the presence to choose that you desire. But you got to give the responsibility to yourself and not to the world. Fighting is not going to bring it. It's just going to create another reason to fight. We take care of this, it's like medication. You take care of this symptom, it's going to take care of this symptom, but it has side effects. And those side effects are going to create other symptoms in the body. It's the same thing as fighting and protesting. And no disrespect to those that protest. But this is an authentic truth that I discovered for myself. And it's my job to share. Because the more we fight in the external, yeah, it's going to seem to take care of this problem or this situation. But it's going to create side effects of more conflict, and it's going to get us to find another reason to fight, to find another reason to be upset about, to find another reason to complain about. But when we take that responsibility now, and we transform those protests into acceptance, those conflicts into appreciation, those complaints into gratitude, we will experience the heaven on earth now, within ourselves and within our world. And this is a lesson that I am learning. This is not a lesson that I'm telling you that I've mastered it and here I am to tell you about it. We're all humanity. We're all humans. And I love what you said. Can I say? Okay. Ali had a conversation with a beautiful human being and spiritual being this morning. And she said, I don't know if we have the permission to give her name or to say who it is. Yeah, that's what I said.
I'll just say what was said.
But she said that we are spiritual beings expressing as humans, experiencing as humans. We're not humans expressing as spiritual beings. We're not here to fight, to struggle, to work hard to discover we are spiritual beings. You already are a spiritual, worthy, divine expression of the divine. There's nothing to fight for. There's nothing to work hard for. There's only the letting go. And that's the work that Samadhi brings, is letting go of who you think you are to uncover, realize, and experience the greatness of who you truly are. And to discover those millions and those billions and those infinite amounts of treasures that are within each and one of us. So, today's word, divine expressions. Ali, please.
He so divinely expressed himself that I don't think there's anything else for me to say.
Oh my gosh, you always have something to say.
Yeah.
From your beautiful essence.
Well, you might not like it.
Hold on, especially out in nature. I mean,
well,
I know when you're out
I'm
here.
going to give it a twist here. Listen to my perception.
Let's
If
hear
we choose to be a greater expression of the divine, we need to remember that sometimes that divine, when it's correcting us, the ego doesn't like that divine expression. See, because just like a parent, you know, we love our children and we care about them, but we are also responsible to bring their attention to either a behavior or a pattern that they're developing. So as human beings in this expression of being on this earth, there are times when we need to remember we are such spiritual beings, and I will always be a spiritual being. But while I'm on this earth and I'm a human being, there are times when I need to express myself through the divine, knowing what I know, using the best and most authentic words and vibration. But the other person receiving on the other end may not like it when we express from the divine. And the divine tells me sometimes that we need to work on our ego, or we need to work on our sensitivity. In my case, I'll speak for me. When I hear that from the divine, it's like, Alice, put a check on that sensitivity, so that I can maneuver through this world and not get hurt as easily. And I won't even go to when I when I talk to Michael through the divine and say, Michael, where are we standing here with our ego? That is speaking from the divine, speaking authentic truth, be it rosy and it's beautiful and it's that, or be it from the heart that, you know what, this is why I love you. Love is a choice. Love is a choice. Love isn't a feeling. It's a choice. It's a commitment. And when we use that divine expression with authenticity and genuine unconditional love, it needs to be heard just like the other stuff. So that's what I have to say.
Awesome. Beautiful expression. See, I love her expressing her divine essence. We wouldn't be where we're at if it wasn't for you expressing your divine essence.
Ditto.
And me choosing to listen.
That's another story. We don't choose that very often. We may kind of listen or hear. It's okay. It's all good.
But yes, choose to listen to the divine within yourself and the reflections in everyone, without judgment and acceptance. And I love what I heard so long ago. We know that the universe is an expression from within us. Because I need to say this. I love the universe, but I know the universe is just a particle, a portion of the divine essence of all that is. So I don't give that the true power, because that is just an expression of the power, of the presence of the divine. And the reason why I say this before I say the other is this. I love the universe, but I know the universe is just a movie I am watching from a perspective of the divine. When I change my perspective, I open myself to more universes and infinite dimensions of realities and actuality.
Which is another class.
So,
which is a whole class in itself.
when I heard that this is a yes universe, this is not a no universe. You cannot say no to the universe. To your universe, you cannot say no. Everything that you're giving your attention to, every single thing. And yes, I am talking to me, I am talking to everyone as a reflection of me. Everything that you do, everything that you say, everything that you complain about, everything that you judge, everything that you fight, everything that you conflict, it's easy to say we're all expressions of the divine, but let's get to the core truth of that. If we realize we're expressions of the divine, then we realize that our no's are also expressions coming back to us.
And I got them started.
So when we realize this expressive potential, then we will start saying yes to what we desire and not giving attention to the no of what we don't desire. And not judging the no, but appreciating the no that has come up in our lives to give us attention to the yeses that we desire, the true yeses. And that is the importance of following your heart. Because if you follow this, you'll find a lot of no's. If you follow this, you'll hear a lot of yeses. So follow your source, follow your spirit, and keep hearing the yeses and giving attention to the yeses and learning from the no's, not ignoring the no's. Because each yes and each no has their place, has their purpose. Allow all things to be. And you will realize more and more that you are divine, and you are the expression of the divine, experiencing the divine as the divine, within the divine.